Hello and welcome back once again. Today we are going to learn in PHP what is file. So let's start the program related to upload the file. Over here you have to select a file. Let us say I am going to select this logo image file and submit. After submitted, it shows the success message and it is going to be uploaded on my dedicated folder on local or server machine. Let us see that. So I had uploaded the file over here named with this particular logo. Let me delete right now once again and let us see the code of this particular logic. So in today's program we are going to learn file uploading functionality. So for that, as you see, we have to need this much HTML component only to show the out. We have to show a button where you can browse the file and submit the file. So for that, we had created a form with so and so characteristic. First form element, that is input of type file. So if you want to upload the file and we need this kind of GUI, so we have to create an input type file and given a name image. Since we are going to upload image type of data only using this form, I given a meaningful name image over here, and next control is submit button. So after clicking on submit, you can submit the so and so file. So this is the HTML part. Now let us explore the PHP part. As you know, PHP code is written in between this particular braces in the same program where you are writing HTML also. Okay, let us check one by one this code. First of all, for this functionality, we have to use a super global variable $_ Yes, to implement the functionality of file upload onto your server or local machine using PHP, you have to use super global variables file. Now in the previous session, if you remember, we had learned all the major super global variables. This is also among one of the super global variable, but this is we are going to cover under the file section of PHP. This is why we are learning this super global variable under file upload functionality. So $_ super global variable is a two-dimensional array like this. Extract the information related to file. Now let us learn how this program proceeds. So first of all, our PHP code check whether this image field, yes, over here, this image field is set or not. That means, do we have select this choose button and select any image file from over here or not? If we have selected any file, then this file name must appear over here, and this code, this much of code, returns answer as a true. So this code means this image field of form set or not using this super global variable $_files. So as we know, over here we had already select that using this browse button. Let me select some else. Let us select this particular image. So new name is appeared over here. After that, we had created an array name error. You already learned array data type in PHP. We can declare the array using this particular syntax. So we have declared an array named $errors. This we are going to utilize in below section, whether if any error is created during file upload or not. Now let us see this syntax. Dollar underscore dollar file underscore names. We have created a new variable which extracts the file name from this dollar underscore file super global variable even in this particular input type. Means whatever input type had given over here information, that is in the form of whole string. That is, it doesn't contain only this much of information, but the whole path of file where this particular image is going to be uploaded. That means if we are uploading the image in this particular folder, let us say file underscore upload. So the whole path is going to be stored inside this super global variable, whatever is specified in input image. Among them, if we want to extract only name of the file, that means only this much. That means in Explorer, this is the file name. So if we want only this file name, not the whole path, because this file is resides on desktop, but we want only the file name. So for that, we can use this syntax. As I've said, this is a two-dimensional super global variable. First argument is the input control name, that is over here image, and second argument is which particular attribute we want to access, that we have to specify. So name is file name. Name will use to return the file name of that whole path. So that is stored over here in file underscore name variable of PHP. So we are declaring this variable over here and as well as using over here. So assigning the value over here also. So right now we are having a variable in which we contains the file name. Next, what we are going to see? Next, we are going to perform the file size checking. Yes. So for that, this much syntax is similar. Only the second dimension of super global variable files is going to be changed. That is size. So if we are writing size over here, the super global variable files will return the size of an file which is selected by this image input, that is this one. So whatever we had selected over here, that means this particular file, JPNG file, what is size of that, that is returned using this syntax and stored inside this variable in terms of bytes. Yes, here whatever file size is returned, that is stored in terms of bytes, not kilobytes and megabytes, but in terms of bytes. After that, we are going to extract the third information, that is get file temp name. We are writing a temporary name for this file, whatever we are uploading over here, that is this. It file names temporary name we want to store inside this variable. So for that we have used another variable file underscore temp. As you can see, this much of syntax similar, only the second dimension for temporary file name extraction is required. Fourth information is get file type. To get the file type, what we have to do is the second dimension we have to specify it as a type. So it will return the file type over here. That means over here the file type is, if you can see over here, this file type is PNG. So it will return the file type as over here PNG. If you run this code, the output is in this form. It will return like PNG. So this variable stores PNG. So we had done this much. If you want to learn in detail this super global variable, you can also, I recommend you to explore this particular section, file handling, and this file upload section in W3 School, or you can similarly go to tutorials point and similarly explore file uploading section in this particular website. Over here, details of super global variable files is given over here, which we are going to utilize in this program. So whatever we had utilized, that is given over here. Now next what we are going to do is we are going to bake the whole path in terms of this. The explode function of PHP, what it will do, it will break a string, that is a character string array. It breaks the string and it will return last key of an array. Suppose $_file is a super global variable which contains the file name. So this much of information is the whole path where you had selected this file. Inside this, wherever dot occurs, from that point of view, the whole path breaks, and whatever is the last key in that array, string array, that is going to be returned using explode function. That means, let us say, if your path is like this over here, let us say E drive example E, then WT, then PHP, then file upload slash, let us say my image file name is logo.png. Then this whole string is going to be break using this explode function, using this delimiter. Over here we had specified delimiter as a dot. So in this string, wherever dot occurs, for example here, over here dot occurs, so it will break the string like this and return the last key of this array. Now since we are having only one dot in this string, the last key is this much only, png. So $_temp is going to be assigned with this value, png. Let us say if we are having more than one dot, let us say string like this, we are having a string like this, then how this explode function is going to be work? It is going to break this much of string only. So it will eliminate this much of string. So it is an array, that is why I written over here, it returns the array, and among this, what is the last index? This was in. So in this case, this function returns this much of string only. I hope you understand the functionality of explode function. Now let us go back and make the syntax which is effective for this program. So ultimately what we want to do using this syntax, we want to get the file extension only inside the temp variable. Now if you use different operating system, different operating system has different norms to save the file extension. Some of the file extension is stored in capital letter like this, PNG, JPEG. So to uniquely treat that, what we are doing after getting the file extension over here, let us say we get the output of this like this over here. We are converting this string using string to lower function into lower character. So like this. So string to lower function returns small letter png over here like this. So we can check whether the extension given by the user is valid image extension or not using limited criteria of checking. Let us undo the things. Yes, like this. So at the end in dollar file underscore ext, we are going to store the file extension that is png in lower character over here. If we are not doing this, in the next line where we are going to check the allowed extension for the file upload, we have to add the criteria over here for capital letter also. So to eliminate this, we are going to convert the extension into lower letter, and next we are going to check this extension against the valid image extensions. Of course, you can use other image extension like bitmap, etc. So this is up to you what you want to include. So we are right now working with this 3 file extension only. So what is the use of this much of code only? To get valid file extension. If you remember in the earlier I said that this program we had designed to upload the image only. So that is why I am going to check the extension that it is an image file or not. So that is why I had written this much of line code. In next line I am going to check the file extension is valid or not in the dollar underscore extension with extensions. So dollar underscore file ext is this, that is returned by the this particular syntax, and we are going to check with the our specified file extension. So this is going to be checked that file extension is among our specified file extension, valid file extension or not. If it returns false, then we are going to generate an error that extension is not allowed. Please choose a valid JPG or PNG file and store this error inside this error PHP variable that we have declared over here in the very initial part of PHP script. So first error is saved over here. Next, if we want to restrict the user that they are allowed to upload the file, image file with maximum 2 MB size only, then we can do that using this syntax. Remember that we had extracted the file size in this particular variable over here. So if the file size is greater than this much of bytes, that is 2 megabytes, then and then it is a valid file. That means if the file size exceeds this, that means the file is not valid and it limits the file size specified by the website designer. Of course, in image upload, you had seen in many websites this criteria is implemented, and as I have said, this particular file underscore size stores the file size in terms of bytes. So if we want to limit it up to 2 MB, then we have to write in terms of byte, that is this much, 20 lakh approximately bytes. The calculation is like this. Suppose 1024 bytes in 1 kilobyte and 1 MB is equal to 124 kilobytes. So 2 MB is equal to 1 MB size in terms of kilobyte, that is 1024. If you want to convert it into bytes, then we have to again multiply it 1024. So that is, up to this, we are going to convert the bytes in terms of kilobytes, and if we want 2 megabytes, then we have to multiply it with 2. Multiply with 2. So the answer of this particular multiplication is this. That is why I had written over here this. Of course, we can cross check using calculator. That is 1024 multiply by 1024 multiply by, so let me do it once again, 1024 into 1024 2, that is this much. So anyway, this is a 2 MB size in terms of bytes. That's it. So let me remove this. I hope you understand. So whatever file size, if it is exceeds, then we are going to save next error, that is file size should be less than 2 megabytes. And lastly, we are going to check if errors is empty, that means there is no error, and that is true. If there is a no error, that means this whole syntax returns over here true. That means what we are going to do in this case, we are going to upload the file, and to upload the file, this PHP function we are going to use move underscore uploaded underscore file. Which file we are going to upload? We are going to upload this file, that is we had stored over here, file name in temporary file name. And where we are going to upload, that is $file underscore name. Now $file underscore name, that is the path, the whole path. That means we are going to upload our file wherever this PHP script is there. This PHP script, I want to upload the file inside this folder. That means this file underscore upload folder. That's why I had written over here this. If you want to upload it somewhere else, then you have to write it down in between double quotes, the whole path. So I want to upload it over here, so I have to write it like this. And whatever success message you have to print, that you have to print over here. And if this is not true, that means if any one error from this above error, then we have to print the error, whatever is stored inside this error. So that's it. Let us run this program once again to cross check we had completed the program correctly or not. Let us go back once again, file upload. Yeah, once again I want to revise that if you want to run any PHP script, you have to of course run this XAMPP. You have to start this XAMPP first of all, and then you have to go to this application, this particular page, and over here you have to write down the file name which you want to run. I want to run the file which resides in lecture underscore 2 folder, this and this, that is over here, this one. Let me zoom it so that you can visualize. So I want to run this file. Now let us choose the file. I want to upload this logo file having a memory size that is 396 KB, so it is allowed memory. Select. So file name is over here, and then submit. So it shows me the success message and file is submitted successfully, no error. Let us cross check. Yes, the file is uploaded over here successfully. Let me upload once again new file go to browse section, select this file. It is also permissible file size. Choose it. So it gives me the file name over here and submit. So it is again success message. Let us see. Yes, once again new file is uploaded. That means our PHP file upload script is working perfectly. So friends, this is the script to utilize the uploading functionality in PHP. If you want to upload any file onto your server or local folder using PHP, you can utilize this particular script. Now I want to also explain you one more topic, that is PHP file handling in this tutorial. This is somewhat we learn in C and C++ also. So I am not going to take that much of time to explain this topic. We had already learned this kind of topic, that how to open the file, how to close the file, how to open the file in read, write, append, and create and write only mode, write plus mode. So these are the modes. You can go through this using this W3C school, or as I have said, this tutorial points website. In this also, this section you can visit file input output to learn this concept. Tutorial point gives the in-depth theoretical points, whereas W3 school is more inclined to practical things. So you are going to see the programmatical syntax more in this. So I recommend you to go to this both the reading after completing this video tutorial, so that you will get thorough knowledge. Now let me run one PHP script to explain the file related program. So let me go back. So this is the file underscore PHP. What we are doing, we are reading a file, and whatever file contains that we are printing on the web page, and code for that is this one. What we are doing, creating a file variable and opens this particular file profile.txt in read mode. So this is a mode and this is a file path. So file path is only the file name, since file.php and this text file are in the same directory. Let us see. Like this file.php our PHP script, and this is profile.txt. Let us open this in Explorer. What it contains? This contains this was I studying PHP file handling. If I write an updated string over here, file handling IO operation, let me save it and close, run the file. It will give me the latest file content, whatever I had updated in the file menu file, and this is the code for that. What we are doing, first of all, we are opening the file using reading mode with this information, and after that, to read the file, we are using while loop until the end of file encountered. If you remember, the same kind of function to handle file we are using in languages like C, C++ and Java also. So fopen function to open the file in designated mode, and feof is function to check the end of file is encountered or not. That is, if you open this file and once we reach over here, the operating system at the end store the end of file character in its operating system terminology. So this PHP script is going to read that end of file starting from the beginning, and until it reaches over here at the end, the while loop going to iterate continuous, and it is going to echo each and every statement using fgetAs function of this file, that is this variable, and print on our browser. And once the end of file occurs, this statement's results false. So this while automatically gets terminated, and at the end we are going to close this file using fclose function and this variable file. So I hope this is a simple program to read the file. Similarly, you can make the program to read, write, append, and for all these modes. You can also get the code for the same in this particular website. So as a homework part at the end, read, file upload, and file handling IO. So this much of homework you have to do to thoroughly understand this particular two programs which we had covered in today's tutorial. That's it for today's lecture. We'll see next topic in next web tutorial. Thank you for listening me patiently.